Hello everyone that sees this video. I've been posting about 5 months, which is way longer than I wanted to go, but I've been busy with work. I got married, so planning a wedding, and just not having the time on my hands to, do all this kind of stuff, do the research, give you guys actual plays instead of just throwing up some garbage video. But I'm back. I've started a new challenge. I thought about it over the last few months, like, hey, it would be a fun challenge to start. And I found it. It's turning $10 into $2,500 in just 4 days. And I know some of you probably think, like, how the hell do you do that? Well, basically, you just 4x your money for 4 days straight, which on DraftKings terms is a plus 300 for 4 days straight going all in. Now, that's not the easiest thing in the world, but it's not the most unfeasible. And I don't even know if I used that word right, but I think I did. Plus 300s, I hit actually on a fairly decent average. I mean, I would say about 40-ish% of the ones I place actually do wind up hitting, which I think is extremely good. You just need to get lucky for 4 days in a row. And if you want to cash out at 3 days, it's like $600 and some dollars. You're in a really good green. But I will explain the video a little bit more, especially if this this channel starts getting a little bit more traction. But I'm going to dive into the first play. I'm going to explain why I did these picks. If you just want to fast forward to, like a minute and 30 seconds in the video, whatever it is, you'll see the plays when I open them up. So here we go. I'm going to jump right into the first one. I put out two out there just because it's $20. You hit one, you're still in the challenge. You lose both, you're out. But if you only play one play, I think I might do this at least for the first day, just like two $10 chances, just to give ourselves like maybe a little leapfrog start. All right, first play, Joe Flacco, 230 yards. I've looked at his stats, I looked at his matchups, I looked at his history, I looked at everything. The bottom line is this is one of the highest passing offenses in the league. They pass a lot, they play from behind, they're on a losing record right now, they're trying to bounce back, they don't have their starting quarterback, they trade for a 41-year-old quarterback in Joe Flacco. He comes into a new offense, and he throws for 200 and some yards last week against the Packers, and he didn't look bad, and he was connected with Jamar Chase, Higgins, Jonnu Smith, the running backs. He was doing very, very well. He threw a crap ton, but he was connecting well. Give him another week where he learns the offense-ish, a week-ish, like 4 days, because I think they played Sunday, to learn the system a little bit more, get a little more familiar with how the timing, everything like that. I think 230 is a very feasible, easy number. I was going to put it at like 250 and get rid of the touchdown, but I like the 230. Him on one, and then it just jumps right to the next play. The one passing touchdown for Joe Flacco. You have one of the best receiving cores in the league, at least top 5. You should be able to throw it to somebody. I'm not picking a touchdown scorer because it can go to Smith, Warren, Higgins. It can go to Chase. It can go to pretty much anybody on this offense. There's so many. Ilyasovas, I can never say his name right. That rookie from like 2 years ago. It can go to anybody. But I think one person on the Bengals will have a huge game. That is Jamar Chase. I have him 100-plus receiving yards. The reason I have this is because I do believe the Steelers will jump out in front, and they'll take a pretty decent, convincing lead, and the Bengals will be playing catch-up the entire game. Joe Flacco's going to force-feed him. That's why I got him at 8-plus receptions. Joe Flacco is throwing the ball in every single game this year at a minimum 32 pass attempts in a game. That's his minimum. He's hit 45 twice. I could see at least 13 of those passes, maybe even more, going to Jamar Chase. Kind of like how he did with that Jacksonville game. If you guys don't look up his stats on the Jacksonville game this year, he was insane. I could see him getting 100 yards. That's, one good throw, like 30, 40 yards, and then just a bunch, like another 7 receptions of 10, 15, 20, like somewhere around there. I really do like this line. If you don't like the Jamar Chase, because it is kind of a little bit of a shot for him, 100 yards, I did have another play for you guys. Second play is Aaron Rodgers at 200 passing yards. Bengals are one of the worst defenses in the league. I think I can move on past that. DK Metcalf, number 1 target for Aaron Rodgers. I think 50 yards is pretty feasible for him. He's gotten a touchdown like in the last 4 weeks. He's obviously getting a bunch of targets. I think he's averaging like 8 point something or close to 8.5 roughly targets a game. You turn one big play into that into 30-some yards, you're going to hit that line very easy. Joe Flacco, 34 attempts. I kind of touched up on this on the last play, but his lowest amount passing this season is 34 attempts. I think he's going to be closer to 40, 42. I think that's an easy line. I think that's a very nice, easy prop for him. The next one is Jaylen Warren. Jaylen Warren rushing and receiving yards. The guy gets between 10 and 12 carries, and if they start, blowing the Bengals out of the water, he might even get more attempts. And I think he could probably pass this line realistically on just the rushing alone. I know he's splitting carries. I want to say Gainwell. Not really splitting carries, but he's having some carries taken away from him by, I think it's Kenneth Gainwell. I might be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure it is. But the nice thing about Jaylen Warren is he has good catching. Like he good receiving tendencies. He's very good dink and dunk, just little drop-off passes, and he can turn it into positive plays. I think 60 is pretty easy. I think he's going to get between, if he's just getting the 10, 11 rushes, 45-ish yards, but I really think he can easily get 15 receiving yards in this game. So those are the two plays. I'll open them one more time just so you guys can see them. That's the first play, and that's the second play. I highly encourage you just to do both. If you don't feel comfortable doing both, I would say lean towards this one a little bit more. But, it's up in your guys' hands. Let's cash, and I will see you guys tomorrow for day 2 of the challenge. Hopefully, maybe we have to restart the challenge tomorrow, but I don't see both these missing. So until then, I'll see you guys tomorrow.